Shri Sai. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Swami. Sai judges, elders, brothers and sisters, and the small children. I am going to narrate today a Kachinna Katha told by our Swami titled Who is the Greatest? One fine evening, Sage Narada is having an interview with Lord Vishnu. Mahavishnu asks, O Narada, give me samacharam from the three worlds. Narada says, Hey Sarvatayan, you know everything. What news do I need to tell you? Narayana smiles and says, Alright, I am going to ask you a question. Which among the five elements are greater in my creation? Narada thinks for a bit and says, It should be earth, my lord, because it is the biggest. Narayana again asked, Don't you know that more than half of the earth is covered by water? Narada agrees to that logic and says, Yes, Lord, that's true. Water indeed is greater than earth. Narayana says, Don't you know that sage Agastya drank the entire ocean in a single gulp? Narada said, Agastya is greater than water. Narayana says, Agastya is but a small twinkling star in the vast sky. So, Narada immediately filled the gap. Sky is greatest. Narayana asks a very interesting. Narayana Avita Chakra said, Don't you know in my Vamana avatar, my foot occupies both earth and sky? Narada had to agree that the Lord is greatest. Narayana asks a very interesting question. This greatest Lord resides in the hearts of his devotees. So, who is the greatest? Narada of course said, Narayana, Narayana. Your devotees are the greatest in your entire creation. This is truly a great lesson for me today. This is the end of who is the greatest. But the moral of the story is that the Lord has everything. And he can convert earth to sky and sky to earth. Yet, he is in the hearts of his devotees. Let us all keep our hearts pure, clean and loving so that our dearest Swami can come live in our hearts forever and ever. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Shani. Our next presenter will be Ishan Kishore.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Good morning, dear judges, dear parents, dear brothers and sisters. I am going to be sharing a little story about sketching the Lord. In Krishna's time, there was a very famous painter. He always wanted recognition from Krishna. He always wanted to meet Krishna. He went into the palace to meet Krishna several times, but he failed. So finally, one day, he got to meet Krishna. He was so happy. So then he did all the sketches and asked for 1 week. So then he returned in a week and then the painting was covered with a white cloth. When he opened the white cloth, he was very surprised to see that there was a lot of differences between the real Krishna and the painting. So he asked for 1 more week. So he did all the sketches and came back in 1 week with the same portrait covered with a white cloth. When he opened it, there was still lots of differences. So that went on for several weeks. So he was very, very disappointed and exited the palace. So then he met Sage Narada. Narada said it was very silly to paint Krishna as the Lord has no fixed form. So then the painter got an idea. So he came back in 1 week with the same portrait covered with the white cloth. So he asked Krishna to step in front, and when he opened it, it showed the exact image of the Lord. Do you know how? Because there was a mirror, so it showed the exact image of Krishna. So the moral of the story is, you can never describe the Lord, as the Lord has no fixed form. If your heart is filled with love and devotion and is clean and pure, you will see the Lord's true form. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Nishan. Our next presenter will be Sai Shivani.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Mother Sai, respected judges, elders, and brothers and sisters. Sai Ram to all. Today I will be telling the story of an artist and his interactions with Lord Krishna, titled as Sketching the Lord. I chose this story for two reasons. First is I like drawing and enjoy drawing Swami portraits. So this story is very relatable to me. Second reason is this story taught me a very important lesson on having a clear and healthy mind so that Swami can reside within me. The story goes like this. Once there was a painter and he really wanted to paint Lord Krishna. After many requests, he finally went in the palace and finally asked Krishna to stay still. He then made some rough sketches and went back to make the full portrait. After a week, he returned back and uncovered the portrait. He was shocked to see a huge difference between the painting and Lord Krishna. He then asked for another week and made some more rough sketches and went back to perfecting. This went on for so many weeks and so many attempts. He then became disappointed and exited the palace. While he was exiting the palace, being very dejected, he met Sage Narada, who then advised him wisely. The very next day, the artist returned back to the palace and told Lord Krishna that Narada had told him that it is very silly to confine the omnipresent Lord to one form when he has so many forms. He was advised to use a mirror. He uncovered the painting and he saw a perfect match of the Lord's physical appearance and the portrait. What did we learn from the story today? The mirror in the story corresponds to our mind. If our mind is foggy, we will not be able to see the Lord residing within us. It is important for us to keep our mind still and open so that we realize the divinity within and around us. Another moral I introduce from the story is that when in life we are stuck with a problem with no solution in front of us, Swami will always send help and advice in some form that will come to us in the right time. Like how Narada came in the story. I humbly pray to Swami to help us keep our minds still and clear. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Shivani. Our next presenter is Ishan Chandrakanta.
My humble salutation to our dear Lord's Son. Dear judges, respected elders, brothers, sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. My name is Ishan and I am a good boy. Swami says the welfare of the son depends on the mother. It is because of the mother's love that makes the son great and respected. So, the formal duty of the son is to be faithful to the mother, server, and respecter. Today, I will be talking about Sathya Sai Baba childhood as an ideal son. Little Sathya was a very responsible son. He considered helping family members in their routine chores as his most important duty. He would shop on behalf of his father, and he would return the exact change to the father with the exact change. After that, he would go to the well and fetch water for the entire family. After which, he would help and clean the house. And he would even help his sister Venkama cook food for the family. His active participation in the household chores were exceptional, and he never said, "Oh, why do I have to do this?" or "This is girls' work." Even after he moved to his grandfather, Khanda Maharaj's home, he performed all the tasks himself, starting from cooking food to cleaning the utensils. And he attended school in a place called Bukkapatnam. And at lunchtime, he would run back to his grandfather's home to serve and eat food with them. After that, he would go back to Bukkapatnam to attend school. Seeing his grandchild go to such physical ordeal, Khanda Maharaj would plead with him to take the lunch up and stay at school. Sathya responded cheerfully, "Grandfather, I'm prepared to go through any routine. I don't shy away from difficulties. In fact, this is a good exercise for me." In addition, Sathya had only one set of uniforms for school. Whenever he came home from school, he would wrap a towel around his waist and he would wash the uniform, iron it, and keep it ready for the next day. Not only this, but the food he prepared grew popular in the streets very quickly, and whenever people felt ill with fever, they would crave for the rasam prepared by him. After partaking in the rasam, the fever would leave. The moral of the story is, always be prepared to work hard, help others, and never complain of difficulties. Instead, think, this too is good for me. Unlike us, Swami didn't only care about himself, his comforts, or having fun. He cared about others more than himself. I chose the story because Swami's childhood is a great example of how a child should behave to their parents, and not to mention to make a loving mother Sai very happy. My fellow children, let's all learn from our mother Sai to be more responsible, work hard, and do more chores to make our parents' lives happier and easier. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Ishan. Our next presenter will be Advait Iyer.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dear Mother Sai. Respected elders, aunties, uncles, judges, brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. Today, I would like to share with you a story of love, a tale of devotion, and the power of sadhana. It is the story of Shabari, a great devotee of Lord Rama. Shabari had a very kind and compassionate heart. The day before her marriage, her parents had arranged for a goat to be sacrificed as per their customs. When Shabari's plea to spare the innocent animal was denied, she ran away from home and fled to the depths of the forest, where she reached the ashram of Sage Matanga. Sage Matanga recognized her pure intentions and welcomed her into his ashram. He then shared a divine revelation that Lord Rama, accompanied by Sita and Lakshmana, would one day visit their ashram during his exile.
From that moment on, Shabari had no other thought, no other desire, other than to have the darshan of Lord Rama, the chance to touch his feet, and the opportunity to speak with him. She dedicated herself wholeheartedly and prepared for his arrival. She cleaned the path of thorns and stones. She removed the overhanging creepers, for she imagined Rama's hair might get entangled. She broke the lumps of earth, for she feared Mother Sita's feet would hurt when she walked over them. Shabari gathered fruit and tubers every day. She tasted every fruit and made sure that Rama had only the tastiest of them. No one knew when Rama would arrive, so she persevered, and day after day she waited. Thus, she prepared for years together for Rama to visit her. Swami says that over time, Shabari's heart became Rama's own heart. After a while, Sage Matanga left his body and told Shabari that she alone deserved to be there when Rama arrives. Now, while we may not be able to live our lives exactly as Shabari did, her story teaches us the importance of sadhana in our daily lives. Sometimes, amidst our personal struggles, we forget our spiritual practices. But, just as Shabari dedicated herself to Rama, we too can dedicate ourselves to Swami through our daily sadhana, whether it's Likhi Japam, or coming, or chanting the Sathya Sai. We take little steps towards Swami. And as Swami promises, if we take one step towards him, he'll take 100 towards us. And just as Sage Matanga recognized Shabari's worthiness to receive Rama, Swami too sees our love and devotion and is waiting to welcome us with open arms. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Edwin. Our next presenter will be Mahati.
Om Shri Sai Ram, I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Mother Sai. Swami is the embodiment of compassion and pity for helpless creatures. There is one of my favorite stories I would like to narrate during Swami's childhood. One day, an English man with a uniform came to Puttaparthi. His passion was to hunt the animals. Once he shot a tigress, and all the tiger cubs scattered in fright. When the man was about to start his jeep, it got stranded on the banks of the river Chitravati. Satyam agreed to follow him to the jeep. Satyam said to him, "What harm has this poor animal done to you? Why have you killed it for no reason?" Then the rescue those motherless cubs with care and give them to a proper zoo. Never kill a living being for your happiness and enjoyment. Then the jeep started with the mere touch of Satyam. Back home, Satyam's father was in panic hearing about the news of what Satyam did to that Englishman, as he might get some trouble. But on the other hand, the man brought the skin of the dead tigress and offered it to serve as the footrest for Satyam. Even today it is there in Prashanti Nilayam near Swami's throne, serving as his footrest. I like this story because Swami is the personification of ahimsa. We all can also practice ahimsa in our daily lives by being kind to everybody. And if we be kind to everybody, we'll also be able to show compassion. The moral of this story is to never harm anybody, but to love all and serve all. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Nani. Our next presenter will be Jayan.
My most humble pronounce of the lotus feet of the Lord. Dear judges, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Om Sri Sai. Today I will tell you the story of Sage Narada Muni. Sage Narada Muni was a great devotee of Lord Krishna and chanted his name every second of his life. But Sage Narada Muni thought he was Lord Krishna's greatest devotee. But one day, Sage Narada Muni met Lord Krishna. Sage Narada Muni asked Lord Krishna, "Who is your greatest devotee?" Lord Krishna took Sage Narada to earth and replied, "Look at this farmer. He is my greatest devotee." Sage Narada was shocked. Sage Narada observed and saw that he only chanted Lord Krishna's name 3 times a day, once in the morning, once before lunch, and once before bed. But I chant Lord Krishna's name thousands of times a day. How can the farmer be Lord Krishna's greatest devotee? To help Sage Narada understand, Lord Vishnu gave Sage Narada a pot of oil and said, "Put the pot of oil on your head without dripping any of it and go around the world." Sage Narada went around the world without dripping any of it. He was very pleased with himself. When he came back, Lord Vishnu asked Sage Narada, "How many times do you chant my name?" Sage Narada replied, "Oh Lord, the only thing I was focused on was the pot of oil." Lord Vishnu said that the farmer had many duties to focus on, as well as taking care of the crops and plowing the field, yet still chanted my name 3 times a day. To that day, Sage Narada understood why he was not Lord Vishnu's greatest devotee. The moral of this story is that we always have to chant the Lord's name, even on our hardest or busiest days. Despite his difficult life, the farmer always remembered to chant the Lord's name. Thoughts, words, and deeds should always be focused on God. I chose this story because there are many ways to show devotion, like doing your duties or saying the Lord's name. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Jayan. Our next presenter will be Akshay.
I offer my most humble pronouns at the lotus feet of our dear Lord. Dear judges, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Om Sri Sai. Today I would like to share an interesting story with you all. Have you ever wondered about Swami's multitude of names, such as Swami or Bhagavan or Sai Baba? Well, today I will be telling you about how Swami got his name. When Swami was first born, he was named Sathya. The starting of Sathya revealing his identity as the avatar begins with a strange story that takes place on March 8, 1940. The local town had a belief that no one could survive a scorpion bite. Young Sathya had seemed to be bitten but had no effects of the bite. However, the next day, young Sathya fell unconscious to the ground. The family prayed to the town's deity, Mutyala, and even as the rituals were going on, Swami told everyone that the coconut would break into 3 pieces. He then fell back unconscious. To everyone's utter shock and surprise, the coconut had broken into 3 pieces, just like young Sathya had said. Hereafter, Sathya slowly began changing. He started teaching Vedic principles to the villagers. After a long time, his father, Raju, had finally had enough. So he went up to Swami and asked him, "Who are you?" Swami said that he was Sai Baba. His dad then told him to prove it. So Swami threw some flowers on the floor, and they magically spelled out the word Sai Baba in Telugu. From that day on, everybody in the village started calling Swami Sai Baba. They started honoring him with lots of devotion and even offered special Bala Sai pujas every Thursday. I chose this story because it was an amazing example of how Swami's divine powers were revealed. This story also teaches us the importance of having faith in God and the power of good deeds. The moral of this story is to always have a connection and believe in God. I hope this story has inspired all of you to have faith and trust in God. We should all strive to do good deeds and be devoted to God. Remember, having trust in God can help you overcome almost any obstacle or challenge that you may face in life. Let us all work towards building a strong connection with God. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Akshay. Our next presenter will be Sakshi.
I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our Bhagwan, Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, judges, my dear gurus, and brothers and sisters. Om Shri Sai Ram. Swami is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. There is one story I can remember to relate to this. When Swami was a small lad, he was lovingly called as Sathya. Once, Sathya's parents and a few family members wanted to go see the Virupaksha Shiva temple and the historic town of Hampi. They were traveling in a group of 50 people. Sathya tactfully realized this is the right situation to escape from entering the temple. He said, "Oh, I am afraid. I can't go in. My stomach is upset." The chairman requested Sathya to come along. Sathya could not be convinced. Seshamaraju, who is Swami's elder brother, ordered him to stay under the tree with the luggage until their return. When everyone entered the temple, Aarti was shown to the Lord Virupaksha, but instead they could all see Sathya in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple. Seshamaraju could not believe this. He went immediately outside to check whether Sathya was sitting under the tree. To his surprise, he found Sathya there. He was doubting, so he asked his wife to check under the tree while he could see Sathya inside the temple. His wife also confirmed the truth. The chairman on their return told to Seshamaraju, "You are making a mistake, that you are not believing your brother is an ordinary being. He has a great divine power in him."
Seshavaraju was very happy. Thus, Sathya demonstrated his omnipresence not by mere saying. This story is one of my favorite stories because it teaches me that Swami is my God, my teacher, and like my father too. I can pray to him anywhere and he will always show his presence to me. I believe Swami is everywhere within us. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Pastor. Our next presenter will be Anita.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Sai. Respected elders, judges, brothers and sisters, Sai Ram to all of you. Swami says, life is a game. Play it. Let me share with you what this game truly stands for. Each of the alphabets in game represents Swami's seva projects that he carried out for the sake of mankind. G is Grama Care, A is Aqua Care, M is Medicare, and E is Educare. In the olden days, Swami used to serve food to the poor on special occasions. Later on, Bhagavan conducted the Grama Seva, where he directed his students to distribute food and clothes to the nearby villages. This is the G for Grama Care. To me, one person who played this game very well was none other than Swami's mother, Eshwaramma, when she asked for 3 boons from Swami. Mother Eshwaramma's first wish was that a well be built in Puttaparthi so that women need not walk far distances to fetch drinking water for their families. Swami fulfilled his mother's wish by carrying out the Sri Sathya Sai drinking water supply project, which provided free drinking water to many villages and cities in India. This is the A for Aqua Care. Mother Eshwaramma's second wish was that a small clinic be built in Puttaparthi so that people need not travel far distances for their health care. Swami fulfilled his mother's wish yet again by not only building the general hospital in Puttaparthi, by also building 2 enormous super specialty hospitals. I was also very fortunate to be born in this general hospital, built by our beloved Swami. This is the M for Medicare. Mother Eshwaramma's final wish was that a small school be built in Puttaparthi so that students and children need not walk far distances for their education. Swami yet again fulfilled his mother's wish by building the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, which taught students educare, which brought out the 5 human values: Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, and Ahimsa. This talk helped me understand how I can be a part of this game in my daily lives, to love all and serve all. Thank you for listening to my talk today. I truly stand that we have each and every one of us be part of his game. Anyata sharanam nasti, tameva sharanam mama, tasmat karunya bhavena rakshamiksha saishwara.
The next presenter will have up the same read.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of my dear Lord Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear judges, respected elders, parents, brothers, and sisters, my loving sayonams to all. My name is Sayuri Chandrakantan from Group 2, and today I will be talking to you all about one of Swami's childhood plays that he not only wrote but also produced
at the tender age of 12, named Shepinatu Chestara, Do Deeds Follow Words. This drama focuses on a mother, father, and guru of a boy named Krishna, who is played by none other than our young Sathya, and how these three elders act in a very hypocritical manner. The first scene opens to Krishna's mother talking about the Bhagavata to many other ladies in her home, saying how they should always help the poor and needy. However, after the ladies leave, a blind beggar comes begging at her doorstep for alms, and she angrily sends him away. But soon after, when a hefty, pompous mendicant comes to her doorstep, she not only gives him a warm welcome, but offers him plenty of food. Krishna asks his mother why she did not follow what she said to the other ladies a few hours ago. The mother gets angry and yells at Krishna, saying, "Can we act as we say, son?" This leaves Krishna very confused. The next scene that follows is when Krishna's father is lecturing Krishna on the value of education. Immediately after, a poor boy comes and asks for just 1 rupee to pay for his educational fees, without which he will not be able to continue his education. The father didn't hesitate to utter a lie and say that his wallet was indeed empty. However, after the boy leaves, clerks from the father's office approached him and asked for some money to throw a lavish party for a new manager. The father gives them 20 rupees and told them to throw a grand party in order to welcome him. Krishna confronted his father, and the father got mad and said, "Can we act as we say, son?" This leaves Krishna further confused. Afterwards, another scene that followed is when Krishna's teacher at school was coaching his students for an inspection. He says, when they ask, "How many chapters have you all finished?" you have to say, not 23, but 32. And the 33rd lesson, which is about the sacrifices Harish Chandra makes for truth, I will teach in front of them. They should not come to know that we have learned this lesson in advance of the inspection today. Once the class was dismissed, Krishna asked his teacher, "Sir, why don't you follow what you teach?" The teacher gets mad and yells at him, saying, "Do you mean to say that the advisor should follow the advice?" The next morning, Krishna refused to go to school, despite his parents' plea. In desperation, they sent for his teacher. Once they had gathered in front of him, Krishna explains to his elders, "If all that you teach as mother, father, and guru is only to be spoken, if all that is learned is meant to be discarded when it comes to action, I don't understand why I should learn anything at all." This awakened the eyes of the elders towards the hypocrisy that they promote, and from that day onward, they were determined that they would always speak the truth and act according to what they say. The importance of the story is to keep your thought, word, and deed united. Swami says humanness means unity in thought, word, and deed. The moral of this drama is to act as you say or practice what you preach. Thank you for listening to my speech. Jai Sai.
Thank you, Sayuri. Our next presenter is Eshwaramma.
I offer my salutations at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear judges, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. My name is Advait, and today I'm going to talk about an interaction between Narada Muni and Lord Then says Nada went around the world quickly. Then and Lord Vishnu asked, did you chant the Lord's name? And then Nada replied, no. Lord Narayana then explained that although the farmer had many duties at village day, he still chanted the Lord's name consistently, which was missed by Narada wasn't able to do. So the moral of the story is, even if you chant the Lord's name once, do it with love and devotion. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Advait. Our next presenter is Advait Chandra.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our dear Swami. Respected judges and elders, my dear brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. Who is a true devotee of God? Is true devotion measured by the quantity of prayers and rituals, or by the depth of one's connection with the divine in the midst of life's demands? Let me take you through a beautiful story told by Swami himself to his children. One day, sage Narada boasted before Lord Vishnu about how there wasn't any devotee better than him. So, in order to teach Narada a lesson, Vishnu spoke of a farmer who remembered God while doing his daily chores. He even recommended Narada to visit and learn the art of devotion from him. A little humiliated, but at the same time curious, Narada proceeded to the farmer's village. But what he saw amazed him. The farmer was all the time engrossed in either doing his work on the field or was busy at home. And in spite of the most vigilant watch, Narada could not hear him utter the Lord's name more than thrice a day. Once when he woke up from bed, another time when he took his midday meal, and last, before he retired for the night. Narada was naturally upset that he was deemed inferior to this very poor example of a devotee. He then hurried to wipe it up, his face flushed with anger and embarrassment. But Lord Vishnu only laughed at his plight. In answer to his anxiety, Vishnu gave him a pot filled with the brim with oil and asked him to carry it around the world without spilling even a single drop. On completion of this task, Narada was then interrogated by the Lord on how many times he had remembered to chant the Lord's name while doing so. Narada then realized that in his efforts to complete the task, he had completely forgotten to chant the Lord's name. Vishnu then explained to Narada that the farmer, who was carrying more precious burdens than a pot of oil, had remembered to chant the Lord's name at least thrice a day. This story made me reflect on my intentions of writing Likita Jabam, which have of late been completing more pages than my peers. I have realized that writing fewer lines each day, but with sincere devotion, will bring me closer to Swami than writing a lot, racing against time. This experience taught me that what we do or how many we do is not only as important as why we do our prayers. Remembering the Lord with gratitude and thankfulness, even just a few times each day, can bring profound benefits for our inner peace and spiritual well-being. As we're all gearing up to visit Swami's shrine in Parthi, let's all try to connect with the Swami in our hearts even more, however few those moments could be. Thank you and Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Advait. Our next presenter is Mara Mohan.
Today I want to talk about our dear Swami and what he was like as a child. Sathya Sai Baba was born on November 23rd, 1926. Even as a boy, Sathya was a simple, honest, and well-behaved boy. He was very obedient and only spoke when necessary. He would get to school early and gather all children, and then they would pray together. They would take out the prasadam from his empty bag and share it with everyone. Swami usually did pay attention to school. Instead, he would write bhajans for his classmates and hand them out. As a child, Swami was playful and so caring. On the banks of the river near Karti, there was a tall tree at the top of the hill. One day, Sathya told his friends, "Let's have a race. Let's see who will reach the top of the hill first." Sathya would always win. His friends would be so far behind and out of breath. Once his friends reached to the tree, Sathya asked them, "What fruit do you want?" They asked for anything from bananas to apples to oranges and even grapes. Somehow, Sathya managed to pluck all these different fruits from one tree. His classmates were so grateful for the fruit after this. But how could one tree have all that fruit? Swami told them that this was a wish-fulfilling tree. Swami's message was that God is a wish-fulfilling tree. He can grant all our wishes and give us whatever we ask for. We must ask for things that lead us towards Him. Although we may wish for other things to make us happy, we must be careful for what we wish for. I wanted to talk about Swami as a child in this story because this happened when Swami was 7 and I am 7. He was so loving to everyone no matter what, and he shared his food so lovingly with his classmates. He really showed us why he was loved. I wish I could be like him at this age, except that my parents say I have to continue to school. After reading about Swami's childhood, I also learned that his teachings are very simple. Love God because He's all of us, and He's even inside me. All children must remember that we must help everyone and never hurt them, because everyone is God. Jai Sai.
And that concludes our Group 1 and 2 portion. Please give another round of applause. We will now have the Group 3 and 4 presentations. The students have been given one of the 9-point code of conducts to present in the form of a speech. They will discuss the purpose of the 9-point code of conduct, their inspiration, and they'll discuss their personal experiences. For this portion, our panelists are Brother Sai Satish, Sister Shrina, and Brother Kuberan. We thank Engineer Brother Sathya and Sister Disney. Our first presenter will be Ashwin.
I offer my humble pronouns to the lotus feet of our beloved God. Sai, respected elders, brothers, sisters, and brothers. Today I'm going to be talking about some things about meditation and prayer. Some ways that I practice meditation. Meditation is a way of following God. For me personally, every time I pray, it is asking God The challenge I face while meditating is staying still and concentrating on one thing for a long period of time. Some ways to overcome these challenges is to practice. For example, with basketball, I practice different moves to get better. My journey with meditation was very good. Every time I couldn't focus or I was mad or frustrated, I used to just sit down and listen to some calm music. My quote, when you inhale your breath, you make the sound soul. And while you're exhaling your breath, you make the sound in. Inhaling process represents life, which is soul. Exhaling process represents death, which is soul. Silent.
Thank you, Ashwin. Our next presenter will be Ashika.
Respected elders, brothers, sisters, and judges, Om Sai. Today I'm going to be talking about speaking ill about others. Speaking ill about others is not okay, especially in their absence. Limit your conversations with others or just remain silent. If you can't do that, something that helps me is to listen to bhajans and meditate. Listening to bhajans helped me calm down and forget about my problems. And meditating helped me feel the positive energy throughout my whole body. In my experience, I have some people get hurt emotionally when they talk about someone because they feel guilty or the person has found out and has distanced themselves. This is why it's important to learn to speak about that speaking ill about others doesn't affect anyone but yourself. Swami has said, be very careful of your speech. It's always, when someone is talking ill about others, it's always better, instead of joining them, it's better to say positive comments and try to change their view about the person. If the person continues speaking in such an ill-mannered way, just remain silent. It's always better to remain silent and refrain yourself from speaking ill about others. Swami has also said, get all facts, investigate issues without haste. One should never judge a person by their appearance or by the words of others. Get to know a person in your own facts about them. Always show love and kindness. Don't act in haste because of the appearance and the words of others. Always be patient with others and yourself. In my experience, I had a friend at school and no one really liked her because she was new and she didn't have many friends. So I didn't talk to her either, but we got paired up in a project and to this day I'm really close friends with her. This taught me to never judge someone too quickly and always gather my facts on my own and not use someone else's opinion that is not mine. When my guru mentioned the 9-point code of conduct for the first time, the eighth conduct, not indulging in talking ill about others, especially in their absence, really put me to choose this because I always see everywhere people talking ill about others in my school or whenever I'm walking outside, or other people trying to indulge others to also speak the same way. Om Sai.
Our next presenter is Archana.
respected judges, elders, parents, brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai. My name is Arshana, and today I'll be speaking about the 7th point of the 9th Code of Order, the use of soft-loving speech is everywhere. Swami says, right vision and right thinking leads to right speech. Your speech should be good. Never utter harsh words. Good listening and good speech leads to right thoughts. Right thoughts lead to right action. Speak such words that touch the heart of others. However, hurt no. To speak with soft-loving words, we can start by using gentle tones with loved ones. Stay calm, think positively, and use positive words. Listen well, respond kindly, and also forgive. Avoid quick reactions, staying aware, and focus on the good in others. Swami says, say what you have to say without harshness. Speak softly so that only the person to whom your words are intended may hear you. Such soft and sweet speech should be developed. It's difficult to use soft speech, especially when feeling stressed. And staying calm during tough times is also hard. And I also find it challenging to respond with empathy and kindness. So I usually remind myself to take a pause, take a deep breath before answering, which helps me stay calm and makes me respond more gently. Swami says, speak soft and sweet. Sympathize with suffering and loss of ignorance. Try your best to apply the salve of soothing words. Trying to imagine how others feel makes you more empathetic. The tongue, which is a gift of God, should therefore be used to speak softly and sweetly in a sacred way. This reminds us to use our words wisely. Consider if you're given a brand new laptop. Would you carry it with you everywhere or keep it safe? Most likely you would keep it safe. Would you handle it with care or carelessly? When you have something precious, we handle it with care and wisely, just as we should with our tongue. The tongue has to speak softly and sweetly. The eyes have to seek and see symmetry, harmony, and beauty. The glow of divine ecstasy and the splendor of divine charm. The uncontrolled tongue indulges in full sins, lying, scandalizing, vain gossip, and wanton fault-finding. God resides in everyone. We should use our words kindly and gently, seeking beauty, harmony, and divine everything around us. So we should avoid lying and gossiping, spreading rumors, and criticizing. We should speak and act with respect and love towards all, remembering that God is present in everyone. You cannot always oblige, but you can always speak obligingly. How can we always speak gently even when we can't do what others ask? Thank you for listening. Om Shri Sai.
Thank you, Archana. Our next presenter is Sai Sarvajan.
I offer my full pronouns at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai, respected judges, elders, and Sai family. Om Shri Sai. Ma Parvati has asked on our behalf, tell us the way, O Lord. How can my children chant and master all these scriptures amidst their daily schedules? Their Vedas, Vedantas, Bhashyams, Upanishads, Puranas, not even one. Is 10 lifetimes still enough to read and retain all this knowledge? Well, we are fortunate to have the answer Maheshwara gave. We are even more fortunate to have Maheshwara Swarupa himself show us physically. When Veda Vyasa was asked to summarize the essence of the 18 Puranas, he replied, Parupakaraya Punyaya Papaya Paripita, which translates to the saying millions of Sai devotees worldwide apply to, help ever, hurt never. Swami's words are the essence of the Vedanta and scriptures we strive to read. And that is Sai literature. Literature that Swami gives us that encapsulates all forms of Veda and spiritual knowledge. However, Sai literature comprises of Swami's life, his discourses, books he's written, books he's inspired his devotees to read, write, etc. That leaves us with the question, how would we constantly practice and listen and imbibe Swami's literature in a real-life practical manner? To answer this question, let's take a look at two great devotees of Shiva. The first one was a mighty king who never ate meat in a kingdom surrounded by cannibals. He traveled daily across 7 rivers to do his puja, and there was not a single shastra he was unaware of. And he composed the Shiva Tandava Stotram that we chant today. On the other hand, we have a humble hunter who had no knowledge of any Veda or spiritualness. He not only ate meat, but offered it to Shiva as well. He put his foot on the lingam and essentially broke every form of veneration. As you may have known, the composer of the Shiva Tandava Stotram is Ravana, while the seemingly sinner is Bhakta Kannapanaya. They both had love for Shiva, but Ravana's love was for Shiva's ability to transgress space and time as Mahakal and give him any boon he wished. While Kannapanayana, he loved Shiva like a mother loves her child, not hesitating to cut his own eye out to cease the bleeding on the lingam. That unconditional love that Kannapanayana had allowed him to understand the essence of the scriptures and the Veda that Ravana spent his whole life reading. And that unconditional love is the key to answering our question. That unconditional love will allow Swami in our hearts and allow him to guide us to his teachings. After all, is it not our love for Swami that we sit here on a Sunday morning practicing his second code of conduct of chanting his glory? That unconditional love for Swami is what will allow him to guide us to like-minded companies, practicing Shravana, listening, Manana, imbibing, and Nityadasana, practicing. In other words, is it not our love for Swami that we conduct our study circles here in the center? Reading Sai literature is not to be a know of things, or to quote and impress. Reading Sai literature is rain to a parched land. It is eternal peace to a scattered mind, balance in a chaotic life, and purpose to a wandering soul. Doing this presentation helped me realize that I was seeking clarity in the wrong places. I would isolate myself, asking opinions from everyone except for the one who truly decides the results. As Arjuna's unconditional love for Krishna allowed him to get the Vishwarupa Darshana, attain the Pashupatastra from Mahashiva, and open the doors of heaven to him, our love for Bhagavan will surely lead us to the right places, the right people, the right lessons that we need to learn at the right time. Overall, I would like to leave you with the words that Mahashiva left Karna with. Reading to a man devoid of wisdom is like a mirror to the blind. Hence, for those who have an understanding, Shastras are only a potter to the knowledge of truth. This is known. This must be known. If a man lives for 1,000 celestial years, he cannot come to the end of the Shastras. The Shastras are numerous. Life is brief. And there are tens of millions of obstacles. Therefore, the essence must be understood, like a swan taking milk from water. Thank you for listening to my speech. Om Shri Sai.
Thank you, Sai. Our next presenter is Vamika.
humble pranams to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected judges, elders, brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. My name is Bhumika, and today I will be talking about one of the major points in the 9-point code of conduct, devotional singing or prayer with members of the family once a week. There is an age-old saying, a family that prays together stays together. Sanatana Dharma has several practices of devotion, some of which include singing, chanting, dancing, learning, and meditating together as a community. This is called the Navavidha Bhakti. This relates to all of us here because of several reasons. In the Sri Sathya Sai Educare program, we are exposed to several types of sadhana. SSE is meant to help you choose one form of sadhana. We as SSE students start off our class with meditation, then reflect upon how we did. Our gurus then pass on their knowledge to us, after which we head to the bhajan hall for chanting Drupam and singing bhajans. The same applies for these weekly bhajans. Swami does not say you must only sing bhajans or chant Drupam. He's given us multiple ways on how to pray, and one important concept to remember is to conduct these prayers with faith. Shraddhavan labhate jnana. One who has faith attains knowledge. This quote comes from chapter 4, verse 39 of the Bhagavad Gita, and it highlights the importance of intention behind prayers, making sure you pray with your full sincerity and devotion. For our entire lives, we are in a constant search for knowledge, yet amidst this pursuit, there lies a simple solution. When we gather with our loved ones in prayer, we are not just individuals seeking solace. We become part of a collective energy, sharing our hopes, our fears, and our gratitude. It is in these moments that our faith finds roots that grow deeper and stronger. With our faith, we will realize that it is not just ours. It's a sacred bond that connects us to something much greater than ourselves. When researching for this topic, I read about the struggles that Sai devotees faced when doing these weekly prayers, and two of the most prevalent were, 1, family members don't share the same faith. Bhagavan does not say pray to him. Have your family prayers in the traditional method of worship, be it Hindu, Christian, or others. You don't even need to have a picture of Baba there if that will help you achieve the objective of the weekly prayers. It is all up to the faith with which you pray. Number 2, family members don't want to pray. It does not matter if all refuse to join. Start the family prayers with whoever is willing, and keep to a set date and time, and continue these prayers with faith, and let Baba do the rest. Many of these family prayers often start off with 1 or 2 people and soon include the entire family. If it comes to it, start alone and leave the door open for the other members to hear you pray and to join in. The important thing to remember is to not be disheartened by those who do not want to join. Give them time. That being said, having this practice helps in one critical way that I think relates to all of us here. With any type of sadhana that takes place at a daily or weekly occurrence, we must also consider the concept of discipline. Discipline is having time for everything and everything done in its specific time. Here are just some of the ways that this practice builds your discipline. Number 1, consistency and commitment. With this practice, we will learn the importance of consistency, and we will practice sticking to a schedule and learn to prioritize Swami over any other responsibilities and goals we have. Number 2, accountability and mutual support. Having this practice will foster a sense of accountability among the family members and soon create a bond. And finally, number 3, time management skills. With this practice, we will learn to manage our time properly and organize our schedules so that we do not compromise on these prayers. In conclusion, Swami is only asking for 1 day, once a week. It is important to remember Swami because he always remembers us. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Thank you, Bhumika. Our next presenter is Tarun.
offer my humble pronouns to our beloved new staff. Respected judges, elders, brothers, and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. Today, I'll be talking about the ninth point in the ninth point code of conduct, which is sealing on desires. The idea of sealing on desires means deciding not to always want more and instead being happy with what you already have. Deciding not to always want more is important because it stops us from being too greedy and unhappy. When we're unhappy with what we've got, we can feel more relaxed and satisfied. Though, if we always feeling like we need more things, that is gratitude. The foremost quality every human being should have is gratitude. Without it, man ceases to be human. Swami believes that limiting our desires is key to finding peace and happiness. He says that always wanting more makes us unhappy, but being happy with what we have brings real joy. So he suggests being thankful for what we already possess and not always craving for more. Practice being thankful and paying attention to your wants without always giving in. Simply your life. Avoid things that make you want more and find joy in what you already have. Think about what's really important to you. Eat only what you need to eat, manage your money wisely, and try not to care too much about old stuff. I try to limit my desires by asking myself if I really want something and if it's truly necessary. This means thinking carefully about what I want and making sure they match up with what's important to you. By doing this, I aim to keep a good balance in satisfying my desires. Though there are some challenges I face with my practices. The main difficulty is my own greed because sometimes I truly want something so bad it's all I ever think about and I can't focus on anything else. Despite this, I try to fill my head with all different types of things, like spending time with my family, friends, to distract me to the point when I realize I don't need it that bad. I would like to share a short story about gratitude. In February, I visited the Good Shepherd shelter. It opened my eyes to how people aren't as blessed as I am to have a plate of food every day. It made me realize that they cannot be picky about eating the food offered to them, because this is all they were going to be provided. But before I went to the shelter, I was very picky about eating the food given to me. I would ask for different types of food, like takeout. Now I understand that I should be grateful for what is given to me instead of always focusing on what I rather have. To conclude, let us remember these profound words from Swami. Less luggage, more comfort makes travel a pleasure. Your life is a long journey. You should have less luggage, desires, in this long journey ahead. Therefore, it is said, less luggage, more comfort makes travel a pleasure. So the sealing on desires is what you have to adapt today. You have to cut short your desires day by day. Thank you. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Thank you, Karan. And this concludes the Group 3 and 4 competition section. Deliberate, we will have budgets. Thank you. Now, for the moment that we've all been waiting for, we have our winners. To hand over the prizes to our children, we please ask Kamalanti to please come and hand over and bless our youngest Group 1 and 2 students. Firstly, for our 4-year-old who bravely stood in front of all of you and shared her slokam, Akshaya. Thank you so much, Akshaya. Now we ask the judges of the Group 1 and 2 students to say a few words and share their thoughts.
Sorry, everyone. Just to keep this, short, and it was an honor and a true privilege to have listened to all of you speak today. It was truly an amazing opportunity to essentially learn so much from such a young generation. The judges, it was quite a tough decision, and I thank the gurus for their criteria and everything. It made our judging a lot easier. As much as we have, our winner and our runners-up, I must say that many of you were separated by a single point out of about 150 points. So know that you may not be first or second or third, but all of you were very, very, very close. And maybe just maybe a little tip for going forward is each criteria that was laid out on the rubric, just know that some may not have much more importance than others, and time was a big factor for a lot of you, and that was often the separating factor between some of the winners here. So thank you, everyone.
So for group 1 and 2, for group 1 and 2, the honorable mention, Sayuri Chandrakantan. In third place, we have Advait Shankar Narayan. In second place, we have Adhira Sai. And in first place for the group 1 and 2s, we have Advait Ayur. For the group 1 and 2s now, we ask Auntie Kawa, Akshay Kandasamy, Sai Shivani, Balayagura, Nishant Chandrakantan, Srinidhi Sitaram, Mahati Sai, Sakshri Sai, Maya Mohan, Jayan Kandasamy, Advait Ishwar, Ishan to share. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kamati, so much for blessing our time. We now call upon Chidambaram uncle to please bless our older students, and we ask the judges to please say a few words about the older group.
First off, as judges,
First off, our judges, we would like to thank Swami for giving us the opportunity to judge the students today. First off, let's give a round of applause for the good students. Also, we would like to thank the gurus and the parents for their support and their guidance throughout this process. And also a couple of comments. Us as judges, we really appreciated the effort into every speech, and they were able to delve into their personal experiences and come up with the content really well. And that's one thing that we all, us three, appreciated. And we hope that beyond this competition, they reflect on what they came up with and practice it in their daily lives. So thank you.
Sorry, this can't stop. So, first, just to top it on what Brother Kuberan mentioned, definitely it was very nice to hear from the Tiny Tots one more Okachinna Katha. So that took us back in time. And again from the group 3 and 4, the 9-point code of conduct. But we really wanted to thank all the SSC gurus because you made it. So we made it a group sadhana. Even as the children got the topics, I think the parents also practiced with the children. It might have happened definitely for the group 1 to 3, and group 1 to 2, and the group 3 and 4, of course, I think there would have been value inputs that have come from the parents and definitely enriched. And once again, what was told earlier, in this competition, we feel, yeah, definitely they are winners, but every child, everyone who came and participated today is a winner because whoever won anyway got what they felt that they got to the competition. But we could see the other children also rejoice when the others won. And when they rejoiced when others won, they became a winner as well. And that is where we are very, very grateful to each of the participants here for teaching us what being a true winner is. And like Sai said, Shravanam, Mananam and Nidhyasanam keeps happening thanks to all of you. And now we will have Sister Shrima announce the winners. Thank you so much, Sai.
Om Shri Sai Ram. So for the group 3 and 4 Eshwaramma Day speech competition, first of all, a big round of applause for everyone who participated. And for us, one of the most valuable criteria that we received was, yes,
imbibed, understood, and implemented. And based on that, so here's our honorable mention, and that is Sai Sarvajit Karthik. Was so evident through his stories, and he got very curious and involved in everything that he did. And now, for the winner of the Group 3 and 4 speech competition, we have Vamika Kalsa. How she can practically imbibe and practice it daily. And I think Vamika, you stood out because beyond her own situation, she thought about what others can do as well. She thought about the limitations of others.
We thank the judges for their hard work today. It can't be easy as everyone shared their experiences in such a relatable and honest way. And now for the certificates for all the Group 3 and 4 students. Archana. Better? Ashwin? I call upon Sister Yataki for the closing remarks.
Om Shri Sai Ram, everyone. So that brings us to the end of our Eshwaramma Day celebrations. And I just want to ask everyone another round of applause for all the students and winners today. Through a competition like this, I think I speak for everyone here that I think at the end of the day, I think we all win today with our knowledge and understanding. And also, we would like to thank everyone, including all the various wings who helped us with today, from sound to hall setup to the bhajan and seva wings. Thank you to everyone here. And a massive appreciation goes to all the parents for their immense efforts and working alongside all the students to make today a success. So thank you, parents. I would like to close off with this prayer. Swami, just as our students have gone on a learning journey today, let us all continue to grow and learn as we take one step towards you every day. Jai Sai Ram.
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय 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 विद्महे
Wait, please.